Okay, so that's all the 1994 issues done. As I say, I don't have the other two CDs that I would have shown you because they were, as I say, they were winning the competition, so they won them. So well done for that. But now we're going to go on to some of the rare releases of Queen albums and some special editions I have as well, which is even cool. This is now going to be CDs that I'm going to show you. I'm going to move on now to Queen Greatest Hits 2. Yep, this is a original CD. Well, I say original CD. Well, I'll get the CD in a minute, but obviously one of the best Queen albums, second the Queen best compilation albums ever made. This book's been reproduced. The quality of the book is actually very good indeed. Some of the pictures are very good indeed in this one. From my point of view, I actually think that if they had put on Days of Our Lives in this version, it would have worked out so well for this. The double album is one of the ones I really want to get because it's only £20 on Discogs, and I will buy a double album with it because it's so cool. It's got a picture of John Deacon in it actually that I've never seen before. Not this one, but in the one edition it's got a different picture of him. Yeah, this is probably just one of the favourite albums I like of these ones actually. The text was updated by Jim Jenkins a few months ago in the reissue that came out of this one, and it's generally fantastic. This, as I say, this is probably one of the favourite ones I like. This is one, Greatest 2 is really, really cool indeed. Well, let's just go to the disc. Sound quality on this is, from my point of view, at the time it came out, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, you may think that it's not some problem now. This has been reproduced, this disc. At the time that I put this in my drive, the sound quality was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And it's just being produced. This is not the CDP number, by the way, because this is different. What it is, this is a reprint from Holland, and it's not a CDP issue. It's an EMI Uden print. It's a 7979712. Now, what I can also say is that Chris has got a version that does not contain these numbers on. Now, he has got a version that has got that on, but it's got a different picture of it on the back of it, and I'll show you in these next video of it as well. This is a genuine Parlophone release. This disc has been reprinted, but I think this disc has got better sound quality on this one that I've ever heard apparently. But the reissue that came out was better. But this, I have to say, is top notch stuff. Is best. It's cool stuff. The CD from my point of view, it is legit because I can feel the stamp on that is legit as well, and it is fabulous CD indeed. It's cool. So I don't know much to say about it really. It's just one of the most best CDs ever to come out from Greatest 2. But this CD is a reprint, and its sound quality is much, much better. So I do say awesome. Now on to some reissues now of CDs, and this is the reissue of Wembley Stadium. Yeah, this is the Kevin Metcalfe remaster. I will say that compared to my fake version of the CD which I have, I think this was probably the best one that came out of the lot. This is the standard 2-disc edition. I have also got the special edition of this one as well, which I will show later in the videos. And this is, without a doubt, flipping brilliant. Sound quality is great. This is the one where they use the wave format cut route on this as well. I will say that I was very impressed with this when it came out, and it's, from my point of view, favourite CD of the lot, which is cool. This is the 2-disc edition CD. Remastered by Kevin Metcalfe. He did a great job with this one. And as I say, I think the pictures are better in this one because a lot more clearer and a lot more crisper and a lot more better behind the scenes stuff. I've never seen these pictures before. Apart from that issue, now I've got a funny feeling that whether for this CD issue they brought out, do I get a funny feeling that that was taken off the original CD of Live Killers? Live Magic, sorry. If that is genuine. This is the thing I've got. Did they have permission to actually redo the CD with using that image or not? That's something I'd love to find out. But it's also interesting. So some of the pictures here, John Deacon's great amp and stuff. It's really amazing to see this. And obviously my favorite most popular picture there, which is even good for the CD release. Yeah, Ken Metcalfe was mostly in charge of the CD. Well, he didn't want to get out, but Queen wanted to get out again because it was better to get a reissue of this out. This is before they part company with Universal at the time, because they didn't have they made that other album they made, which I'm not going to talk about. It's even better. Great use of the image of the back sleeve of the kind of magic without titles in it, which is even brilliant for them to use. But good job of the CD, indeed, really cool. The special thing about the CD is there was two versions going around. There's a special copy protected CD which you can't burn. This version is the EMI Uden version. This is the, from my point of view, is the best version of the lot. Both discs, they all came out in 2003, and both discs are EMI Uden prints. These ones, you can tell these ones are different because these are absolutely genuine ones. This is 5. I can't see on the camera. 59198894, and these are the special coded ones with the barcodes in it. So these ones tell you that the medium motion ones are the genuine prints to have for this one. It's cool. As I say, these are out of doubt awesome sound quality, and these ones includes full version tutti frutti on it as well, and also reissued on vinyl, and also reissued on 2011 on Japanese CD when they got the Japanese issue of it out with the Diamonds collection, which was even cool. So that's at Wembley Stadium. Say, genuine great CD. That is absolutely fantastic. And now to the last album that Queen recorded, Made in Heaven. Yeah, this is the most popular album ever made. Went number 1 in the UK charts. Was one of the most popular albums ever made. And this is a reprint. This is a reprint. This is a reissue. This is a different reissue to the original reissue. Now, Chris has got the original CD of this one. I've got the reprint of this one, which is very interesting. The CD, very interesting. I'll explain more. It is the original back as well, upside down. Take it out for you. See as well. This is the original print of it. This is the Holland issue of it. Print in Holland, obviously. Probably one of my favourite albums of the lot. Really love it so much. Fantastic album indeed. Then we go on to the to this booklet. Booklet is exactly the same as the issue print, as people already have seen this before, which is probably without a doubt favourite pictures in this from Freddie and Brian, and it really is just amazing as well, including Mother Love as well. Final track ever recorded by Freddie Mercury, which is one of his most amazing vocals on it, which is so cool. There's a high bit on the song which people love so much. How he did that, I don't know, but it's cool. And yeah, just really good to see this CD as well. It has been reissued in 2011 as well as part of the 40s box set, and it is absolutely brilliant. And it is just cool. It's good. But the special thing about this CD, the special thing about this version, is the disc. This disc here. Now, if you get the version with the white border around it, it is the genuine, legit version of it. Now, this version is a reprint of it from 2003. And the reason is being is it's got the EMI Uden on it as well, which is EMI Uden 836092, I think it is 836000. No, it's wrong. 088 it is. It's 088. This is the EMI Uden print. And this is the daytime print. There's a couple of versions going around to nighttime prints as well. And Chris has got a daytime print. His is a white border though. This is the mirrored CD. At the time this came out, this is obviously the one that had all the cues on the bottom of the thing, but the case got destroyed. But it's this is the reprint of it. The difference about this CD is it's got a longer version of the hidden track on it, which I feel is longer on this CD than anything else. And apparently, when I've heard it, it is 22 minutes long. But I think it's got extra content in this CD, which is just pretty good actually. And I don't know how the hell they done the CD, but I tell you what, if the EMI Uden did a good job of this one, it is seriously well worth checking this one out. It is really good. So if you get the one with Made in Heaven on it, it is it's the legit one. It does feel like this is a sticker on it though. But it's not a sticker, but it's been legit. It's produced, done, especially produced this one. So this CD is absolutely fantastic. I have to say that Made in Heaven without a doubt, the last album ever made and one of the best albums ever made from Freddie's great legacy and everything else. So Made in Heaven, genuinely fantastic album. It's brilliant. Now we come on to one of the disappointing compilations of the lot, Queen Greatest Hits 3. Yeah, and 2 versions of this one this time. This one I'll talk about in a minute, but let's talk about this one first. This is the special edition one with the jewel case, which is somewhere, which I will find, and it's here. This one was out of the jewel case that came out of it, with 3 faces on it, which is even wonderful. Obviously, all I like about it is I just love the discount on that. It's just so cool. It's just good. But yeah, this one is out of this one. Okay, it's out of this one. Okay, with the 3 heads on it. Obviously, that goes in there. So this one is the special edition. And why do I say special edition? Because the reason being is that this is the fans' photos ones, which people haven't seen yet, and I will show the fans' photos in this one. So this is probably not one of my favourite compilations that Queen released. Obviously, with it being the fact that it's now said that it is the worst compilation of the lot. The raw mix is only the popular bit on the CD, which people like. From my point of view, it is brilliant. I love the raw mix so much. I wish it was released again because it was so cool. I love the way Queen did extra bits in the song as well, which is brilliant. It was only the first time also on the CD with the extra bits from the outtakes of the album as well, which is cool on this one. These pictures are exactly the same as the issues we've had before. It's just a lot more. They're just a lot more clearer, and that's a lot more glossy. This one as well, which is the glossy print, which is really nice indeed. Which is cool. Barcelona, and was it Too Much Love Okay? Somebody to Love, which that song caught in Somebody to Love is brilliant. Probably the best mix I've heard in that actually so far. But I prefer the version from the original CD, which came out, the original mix of it that came out on TV, which is better. But I do say that this CD, disappointing CD, it's not one of the best compilations ever brought out. And I also will say there's an issue with the CD as well that people don't know about. There was an issue with the CD. Now, I'm going to refer to one of the tracks on here, which is going to be Living on My Own. Right? This Living on My Own track is not the version, it's not the single version. It's not this version here by this, what it says here, Sergio Makers and the other guys. This is false. What this mix is, this is off the original 1992 version of the Great Pretender CD. It's a Junior Raymond mix of it. Okay, so this is why we got the bonus remix on this CD. Right, there's no need to put it on there to be honest, because they would get the US CD anyway. So that's a fault for a start anyway, and that's the Junior Raymond mix on there. It's not the original CD. It's not the Queen version. It is the it's the remix that came out. And then we've got the other photographs from the session of the No One But You, which is obviously the last video ever filmed. And then we've got this other page, which people, if you got this version, you got these included in the CD, the bonus fans photos. Now, all I'll say is that this is the best CD issue that ever bought out. This is probably the only reason why I bought it for the book. This is what I bought for the book. And everybody in here, this has been taken off the official website from people when they were contributing to the actual website itself. There is also a picture of Freddie Mercury in here, which you will see somewhere, where he's coming out of the car. And I'm thinking that that might be the last photograph of him before he died, which is a pretty shocking thing to see. That's the last photograph of John Deacon, by the way, in this CD only. The one with Freddie Mercury in the car is somewhere on here, and I can't find it. But this is probably the best version that I love so much because it's so full of memories and things of Freddie and stuff. But that one was also the last picture of the Taylor for the CD only. And I can't find the Freddie Mercury picture anywhere, which is, it is near somewhere, but it depends where you can find it. because it's that long since I've actually looked at the CD before. But yeah, there's a picture of this. I mean, there's Dickie there. John Deacon there. You can obviously see. But for some reason, I can't find this picture anywhere. So this is the only thing about this. When they produce the CD, you can't find this picture. And I can't find it anywhere. But if you are in this book, by the way, whoever you are, there he is. There's Freddie there. That picture there is, what I understand, is the last picture that was not before his death, but I think that's the picture they did in the mirror where he went to the doctors that time. So that picture is an interesting one to find out as well from that replica thing. And there's also contributions by the official Queen website and all those names there. If you are one of these guys who are subscribed to my channel, you are there. But that is the best version ever from Queen, that version. The only thing that they did wrong is the back sleeve of it, which I'll get to in a minute. This version is, which you can't see, 7. It's on the disc actually. It's on the disc itself. It's EMI Uden. It's 523-432. Yeah, 452. It is 452. So it's 723-452-2. That's the version that you need for that one. Okay. Now this where it becomes interesting. This back is not the back for this CD, right? This back is wrong. Now, what I didn't know was I've got 2 of these things now, because now I've got another one like this, which is the same number on the back. Yeah, it was supposed to have 892 in it, but what's happened is it's got 2 of the same bloody things on the back of it, which is a bit weird. So this one goes with this one and this one. This one doesn't match this one because this one was the back of that one. This is confusing. But the Holland version of this one is without a doubt the best one of the lot. But when you got to this one is rubbish print. This is the second issue that came out with the 4 faces on it, 3 faces on it. This is the one with no fans photos in it at all, just that on it. So you got really, and that number is 894, which matches this one. So it matches this one to this one, 894, 894, right? So 892 is missing apparently. I don't know why, but that's Queen Greatest Hits 3. I could say not one of my favourite ones, but best version, this one to go for, with Freddie's photos in it. And also the discs are different as well. One's printed in Holland, which is this one, and the other one is printed in the UK, which is like a grey one for it and stuff. So you can tell by the fact that it's different. This one's more thingy, that one's more grainier. So that one's more darker and that one's more lighter. So that one's darker one is the legit one, which is the number again is, there it is there. As you can see, it's 823894, which is this one. No, this one. And then that one is that one. So that's 2 in there. So that's the greatest 3. And that is what I would call, not one of the best compilations, but great for the fans' photos in that book. And it's brilliant. It's not bad. Now on to solo albums. Actually, there's not solo albums now yet. There was going to be in the CD, but I might as well leave it later. Brian May's Another World album. One of his most popular albums from 1988. The last album with Cozy Powell in it, which is flipping brilliant. This one is an import CD. First of all, this is not a genuine EMI release of it. I'll explain why in a minute, because this is from somewhere else. I've got to say, the sound quality is brilliant. Also includes Another World. It's one of my favourite albums of Brian May ever made. Battle Light was a good album, but I prefer this one because it's more rockier and more harder and more bloody brilliant, to be honest. Right, so this is obviously the Brian May one, which is, I think this is absolutely one of Brian's best bloody tunes ever made. This bloody album did, and it's absolutely fabulous. Cozy Powell's, obviously Cozy Powell's on the track. Cyborg is the only one without Cozy on the track because it's got Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters on there, which is the only recording that he ever did on this album, because he couldn't, because obviously Cozy died at the time. And One Rainy Wish. This track is not on. This is recorded in a different session in America. This was taken from a. This was put on the album at Brian's request. Reason being, it was originally recorded in America with Eddie Kramer, who did producing on this one, and so when Brian originally recorded it for the tribute album for Jimi Hendrix, he put it on the album, but then he asked Eddie Kramer if he could put it on this album, and he did. So that's why it's different recorded, different session. The other thing is that this also contains the hidden track, the business piano version, which includes the phone call at the end of the track, which is absolutely, which we all know what that's about. And then what they did in the back is they put the track listing in the back. I don't know whether that's I don't know if that's a fault with the disc or anything, but that should have been on the front. So I don't know why that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's seriously, it's one of Brian's good albums. This one, really good stuff indeed, and that has actually not done in a studio. It's done on location. That one, that's been done on location in America. He found the tree. And then we come to disc. Yeah, this is not an EMI. This is not a genuine EMI Parlophone release. It's a special disc produced by a company in Russia who do produce CDs. They get licenses from record companies and they produce their own CDs. And it is, if you can see on the barcode, it says IMS special encoding discs and stuff. Now, I think these discs are not meant to be ripped to computers because I've realised that there's been a problem with this disc. But these discs are specially encoded, produced ones for the rights issues for Russia. This was purchased in 2011. The sound quality on this is well good, and it's sound, and the heaviest. It's the heaviest CD that I've owned as well. But that's a reprint, and it's absolutely brilliant. Really is good. So the sound quality, that's cool. So it's Brian May, Another World. Good album, great CD, and a nice tribute to Cozy Powell as well, which is awesome. And also issued as Red Special as well on the mini LP, which is even brilliant. Now on to the next one, and it is going to be Live at the Ball, Queen on Fire at the Ball. What I would regard as being my favourite album on CD, but the DVD, I wouldn't bother the DVD because DVD is all shit. It's crap. This is one of the best CD qualities ever done. Also came out in a box set on vinyl and also on DVD, which the DVD sucks. And I won't talk about the DVD because I don't like the DVD at all. So I'll move on to DVD. I think this is probably one of the nicest releases that ever came out on EMI. It's a whole complete concert. Heaviest songs in it. Probably Action This Day, Stay in Power, and much kick-ass stuff than on the CD that I've ever heard ever in my life. Absolutely fantastic. The discs are from a different company. They are produced for EMI, but the people who produced the CDs was Media Motion. Now this is when EMI, I think, I'd just gone out of, but we're still going to town, but apparently gone to a different company. So this is. This one's Media Motion, which you could see, Media Motion, 863212. And this is the new, I think what it was, I think that EMI was going under a different name under MediaMotions.com because they do exist. So I think they got a new contract at the time that EMI was doing these ones and Capitol was doing some deal with them. So these are under a different name, just like Media Motion is the new standard trademark for it and stuff. Love the disc artwork on it. I love the disc artwork. It's really nice to have disc artwork you can actually feel and love in your hands, and it is genuinely fantastic. Really good job of the artwork, which is fabulous. Disc 1. Disc 2, they could have done better on the artwork for this one, but saying that, it's at the time it was done, I suppose it wasn't bad. So these, and this is another Media Motion print as well, which you can tell there. It's a barcode there. Sorry, it's this way, isn't it? It is Media Motion genuine one as well, which is cool. And yeah, discs are really good. Out of the booklet, which praise down to the people that EMI who did a good job of this one, because tell you what, this was a great idea to do this. This CD was absolutely fantastic. Now the only thing about this is that in here, it printed in here the new copyright information for Under Pressure. Yep, disc 2, track 3, published by Queen Music Limited, EMI Publishing, Tintoretto Music, administrated by Orizo Music. So that's when Queen or David Bowie must have paid Queen more money for the song at the time. They must have been doing a distribution deal with it. So, but I do have to say that this CD, I have to say, it's what a hell of a CD to listen to. It's brilliant. It's excellent live. I wouldn't bother about the concert itself, the visuals. I don't know why, but because the concert was a bit of a letdown. But the main thing about it is the audio is much better than the concert. I have to agree. And Chris will agree with me on that as well, which is even better. But this one, I have to say, stay safe with this one. Stay safe with the audio on it, because the audio is brilliant. And it's got some great pictures in there. And I love the way they did this as well from the tour. And especially with John Deacon smiling now, which is a first. He's saying, I love this concert. And yeah, just the same as before. But I do love this version. I do have to say, it's the first time it actually was done by. It was remastered by Justin Shirley Smith, and he actually produced the CD as well, which is a great idea, and also did by Pro Tools as well by Chris Fredrickson, and was mastered by Tim Young at Metropolis Studios London, which is even cool. But this version of it, absolutely, my opinion, one of the favourite concerts I love, and one of the best sound qualities ever in the world. And you'll never ever get a CD like that ever again from Queen, not at all. So that's Queen, Fire in the Bowl. Stick with the CD version. DVD version, I would not get the DVD version, because the DVD version is not good at all. It's just there's one speech on the disc, by the way. Don't bother. That one, excellent. Now, on to other CDs. And on the fact that sticker's on there, which should be on the other way around. Like that. Yeah, this one, Return of Champions, Queen and Paul Rodgers. Right. It's getting dark. From my point of view, right, I'm going to say this very strongly about this tour. For Queen fans, it was hit and miss. For people who wanted it in, yeah. From EMI's point of view, I don't think this should ever be released on CD. I think it was more of a karaoke CD, to be honest. I don't think this was one of my favourite albums I ever liked. The reason being is the tour was alright, but this was disappointing. I didn't feel like this was a good attempt from it. It felt like a Bad Company and Paul Rodgers reunion album. I think that's how it felt like, really, for our people. I think if this guy had never been the next Freddie, it would have been better if he was not in the picture. I think if somebody came in, Jeff Scott Soto would have done this one, it would have worked out much better for him. But this, I don't know. This one I have an experience about. The reason I only bought it was because I wanted to find out what it was like, but I really didn't think it was going to work for me at all. You may have your own opinion, but my opinion is still valid to a point. This one, I actually have to say, I do respect Paul Rodgers, because he's a great singer, brilliant Northeast guy, but for Queen it didn't work. It just didn't work at all. Everybody despised it. They didn't say, doesn't work. The thing about it is, I'm not really a fan of this thing. I think this was just an attempt for Queen to be redeveloped and re-established as an act. But for the time it came out, probably was a safe decision to have it as a one-off thing. But this thing, I don't hardly play the CD anymore now. I mean, I binned the DVD. DVD was trash anyway. But this, I really don't like this at all. I despise it all. Some people have actually binned this CD and they said that it was not one of Queen's best attempts. I do agree with that. I do. These were also produced at MediaMotion.com, CDs. But I'm not going to go into much detail about it, but all I'll say is that this was just a mistake. And I don't think it's Queen at its best. It's not. It's a bad attempt from Queen. It's not one of the best versions. I'd say there's nothing fusing on the album itself. Nothing fuses on this at all. This is a bad mistake for them to do it. But if you revisit it back, you'll be thinking, what a bad mistake that Queen did this one. Yeah. I respect Paul Rodgers and I respect the guy, but I don't respect him being in Queen. He doesn't work for Queen at all. He's not Freddie Mercury. He's not the Freddie Mercury singer we like. And I think it was a bad decision. And even that Cosmos Rocks album, and you don't get me started on Cosmos Rocks, but I won't discuss that Cosmos Rocks album ever. But that one, definite no-no for that one. That's definitely a pass on that one. So saying that, moving on to the next one, and obviously this has ended now. We'll Rock You, Queen and Bella on the rock theatrical version. This is the first edition that came out, never released on DVD. There should be a DVD of this coming out. Please get it up because it needs to come out seriously. And as you all know, this was the last ever thing brought out from it. It was reissued 2 times. This is the first issue I have. The second issue I have is a little bit more better. Second issue is better because there's a better song on it. So this issue is promoting also the fact that you've got also the Platinum Edition that was re-released again. That is a great CD to get. I do have that, and I will show that in my video as well. Also, you've got the Greatest Hits Video 1 as well on that one, and I have to say that those 2 products were brilliant when they came out, which is so bloody great. So, We'll Rock You, Queen and Ben Elton. I have to say I do like this. I do actually like this. I think this is probably the best thing that I've said on Spread since Queen brought this out. It's not. First of all, let's get one thing straight. It is, as it says, by Queen and Ben Elton, but it's nothing to do with that. There's not Queen on the disc, okay? But what I will tell you is that when I got this, I loved it. I seriously loved it. I loved the production. I loved it. I loved the show. It was great. I think Kerry Ellis is not the best singer in the world because it's she made a message. Hannah Jane Fox is better on the CD, to be honest. But I really liked the CD, and I do love it. I love it. So Hannah Jane Fox is better for the CD than Kerry Ellis. I think so. She's a more better rocker than what she is. And but yeah, Hannah Jane Fox is on this CD. Kerry Ellis is not on this CD. Let's get that straight, because she doesn't need to be on the CD because it's terrible. But this CD is a great, brilliant CD. This is the first time that it was done by Brian May at the Cosford Mills Studios, mixed there as well. And Allerton Hill has done it 2 studios. This for obvious reasons. And Brian May, Rodgers is not involved in the production of this one. He didn't want to be involved in it. He just wanted to let Brian do it himself, really, for it. But I do have to say, great show, brilliant thing, best of everything ever written by Ben Elton. And I hope to God that if they do bring that on DVD, bring out the last night of the concert, because that would be brilliant. Mark's seen this so many times. It's a brilliant show. It really is cool. It's good. Queen of Elton live, and it is seriously, it's such a brilliant, 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 brilliant show. Really recommend it. Reissue's better though. Reissue's got more better sound in it, which is even better for it. Moving on from that one now to this one, which is a special CD edition of Smile's Ghost of a Smile. And this CD is very out of print now. You can get in Discogs for a good price, but this is the genuine article of how Queen began. Give a thumbs up to this one. This is the special CD edition. This was approved by Tim Staffel. It was. And it was also approved by Peter D. Ritt, who also did the CD as well for this as well. I have to say, this is absolutely one of the best CDs that ever came out. It's got a great little scene up there from Tim Staffel himself, which is there. If you want to read that, you can. And then there's some pictures here from the 24th anniversary of the Surprise Reunion Concert Club at the Marquee in 1992. That footage is actually on YouTube. Check it out. It's great. And then there's an amazing text here by Tim Staffel, who, as I say, he actually did approve the CD. And he went over to Holland to remaster the CD. Some amazing things out here. This is actually out of Greta collected, this big, huge text here. And it says Retro Collector magazine. And that is the article there that you can get out of, you can actually get out of the Retro Collector Fair magazine. So do check that out. It's really interesting, that is. So it's the first time that Doing Alright is in stereo on this track as well, and it is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant on this track, absolutely fantastic. I have to say that they did a great job with this CD, and the way they're doing Alright in stereo is absolutely fantastic. Great job on that. Great harmonies on that as well. Got bonus tracks as well of The Man from Manhattan. This track here, Back Again, is a remix. Don't even go there. I'll explain that in a minute. Right. And as you all know, it's Brian May, Tim Stafford, Weather Taylor, guest session musician. Well, we all know who that is because he was on the documentary of Days of Our Lives, but it wasn't credited because he didn't want his name on it. It was produced by John Anthony, Lou Resner, and Fritz Freyer, who did 3 and 6 as well. Doing Alright is probably my favourite track. I love on the album so much. Then you've got a miss title here, Brain May. Brain May? Yeah. Freddie Mercury produced Man from Manhattan. Engineer Mike Stone recorded at Sound Studios, London, 1975, issued on Warner Brothers. And obviously recordings have been remastered by Peter Van Riet, who did a remix of that horrible Back Again, which is terrible. We would go there, to be honest. Just easy, cheapy, good how you did it though, mate. Very good. Very good stuff indeed. And the compilation was done by Hans van Rudden as well, which is also included with Tim Staffel. And there's a Queen fan club as well that was based in Holland. That is no longer there now. That's no longer there. It was Queen fan club, Bern 181 3137 Nendi, Valigian, Holland. And the email address, don't bother with that email address. It is seriously, no, it doesn't exist. Yeah. But it's got some great information about the albums in here. The single releases of Smiles, Earth and Step on Me. And they also released this in, also with a promo release. LP Getting Smile, and the CD, which is this one here, which is Gospel Smile 1997, which is cool. Got some great lyrics in here. All lyrics are intact, and it is seriously one of my favourite releases ever. And this was only released this in HMV for $11.99, but it was an internet release only until we found out it was an internet release only. And it also contains 2 EMI discs as well of Step on Me and Earth. There's also some more things that you can get from that as well. I have to say that this CD is flipping excellent. You can forget the other bootlegs that came out, like the bootlegs that came out. This one is awesome, really good stuff indeed. Disc's good as well. Disc art is good. The disc is produced by Sony BMG, and as you can tell on the copyright encoding here, that all this is CBS. It's Sony. Sony Entertainment, Sony ADAC produced a CD in Holland for more money. And this CD went to the foundation of the Freddie Mercury Phoenix Trust as well, as it's not printed in there. It just went to there. And also the back sleeve as well. But do avoid that back again. It's just been very cleverly remixed, but it's terrible. That is terrible. But do the original. Brilliant, brilliant. Really recommend that CD, really good. That's only available from Holland though, and you can get it on Discogs for $7.99 on Discogs, but get that CD, it's really cool. Goes for Smile, from Smile, brilliant. Right, now on the next CD. Now, tribute artists, for me, I love tribute artists, but this one, I have to say, this one was a bad mistake to get, which is obviously One Night Queen, The Works Live. This is Gary Mullen and The Works. Yeah, this is Gary Mullen's attempt of trying to be Queen. No, Gary Mullen's a great performer. This CD, I think I was a little disappointed with it because there's a lot of Scottish on it. It's too Scottish for a CD. Yeah, Scottish on it. Yeah, the CD was. This is the CD that was produced for the show. You can only get the CD at the show though, but it's also available online as well at the website. queenonline.com. This, I have to say, one of the best tribute CDs. Not this is not one of the best tribute CDs ever done, but for the collection, it's brilliant. Dave Bucket produced the CD. It says Bone in the Works. Well, Bone is actually Dave Bucket, who did the CD design as well, and this is cool. I'll say that point of view, there's never been a DVD release of this out. They should get a DVD release of Sky because it is absolutely brilliant. I think he was the closest thing to being the best tribute artist in the world ever. But I think Jessica Soto can beat that really for it's cool. And the shows are amazing. This is taken from two. Performances. One's taken from Grimsby, and one is also taken from the Playhouse in Epsom, where that is obviously from the horse racing show. This was £20 from the show when I saw him at. I saw him twice. I saw him at Leicester, and I saw him at Sunderland Empire. And he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. He still is close enough to being the next Freddie Mercury singer, but he's absolutely, genuinely fantastic. I do have to agree, he's great. But now his shows go a little bit too far now because he literally is getting a little bit too much in his acting things. This CD was produced by Distronics. Yes. But for purposes of the CD, it's just basically produced as a one of CD what it is anyway. But I do have to say that this CD is absolutely fabulous. It was genuine. It could have improved on the backside of the CD, but obviously I didn't want to put it on because it was just terrible. But really, 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 really good. But from my point of view, don't the CD. I wouldn't get it because seriously, it is just really, really bad. It's very bad. So this CD. It was nice to have the connection, but from my point of view, too Scottish. It's too Scottish on the video. Too Scottish. So One Night of Queen from Graham Mullen in the Works. It's too Scottish though. It's not bad. Right, back to more Queen now, and Brian May now, and back to the lights. Famous tour, famous album. Absolutely, from my point of view, it's great. This is the first solo album. Well, actually, this is an album that contains material from 1988 through to the present time, present career. It was supposed to say it was supposed to be his first album, solo album. It's not. It's his second solo album, and it is, from my point of view, it's probably best described as May's re-recordings from home. Most of the stuff was recorded from Psalm Studios in 1988 with Pete Swear, who was his engineer at the time. He was engineering the Brian May, the Anita Dobson album, and he also did the Bad News album. And this one, I'd say that this is a good attempt from him actually. The CD is cool. Obviously, that's the outtake from the Games of Lives video. It is. So this CD is a lot of issues with a lot of things to say about this album. This album is, well, my point of view, is all these tracks here are new recordings and re-recordings and some recordings that have never been issued ever. But it's good how it goes through all the details about the main things as well. So obviously, first of all, Dark, which was originally, wasn't written for this album. It was originally 4 sessions of the Flash Gordon soundtrack. Yep, that's what it is. That's why that was never issued on that one. Turned to be issued on this one, for that one. Bad to Light is originally recorded in 1988. So you can see there, 1988. Brian Zeller's originally engineered the song, and Pete Swear did it as well. But it was originally recorded at Psalm Studios before Brian got a hold of it, and he did it at his home in Alton Hill, which is cool. Love Talking is the first song that is recorded at Alton Hill. Proper live recording that one, which is absolutely great on that one. And Resurrection is a song that was originally written by Cozy Powell on his album The Drums Are Back, before Brian got a hold of it, and he wrote the lyrics and gave it. And he took and what he did with that track, he took the track back to his house in Alton Hill and re-recorded the guitar parts and the vocals on that as well for Alton Hill, which is even interesting indeed. So that one is a very interesting recording. That is, all the recording is intact from the original version on the drums are back, but he just remixed it for the album on his album, which is cool. But I do love the song. That was much better. And then Sumo Silver Kill You, that was originally written for Anita Dobson, but this version on here is obviously the recorded version, the Freddie Mercury tribute, which is fabulous. Driven by You is originally a Queen track, originally written for Freddie Mercury, but he couldn't do it because he was ill. So Brian wrote the song and he produced it, and also it was recorded at the same sessions at Mountain Studios, at the same sessions where Innuendo was done. Yeah, at Mountain Studios, which is cool, at Montreal. And then we've got another version from the album of Drums Are Back, Nothing But Blue. This is the 1991 recording, but again, re-recorded at his house in Thingies with John Deacon on bass and Cozy Powell as well, and it's a good song that. I'm Scared. This is just a mix 1992. The version that's on the single B side of it is the original version. This is the re-recording of it they did for the album, which I think is better. And that's originally a song from Engineer Pretty Sweet, 1988. Again, originally recorded in 1988, never issued until the album came out. Last Horizon. This is a recording that was done at Sound Studios in 1989 with Matt Moran on keyboards. No lyrics on this one, just basically his own take. And then you've got Your Heart Really Head, which is part 2 of 39. People already know this one. And this was recorded at by Sweet Sweet. This is by Richard Edwards, 1988. Again, this is also for the sessions at the demos that were done probably at the, but this is also re-recorded at his house in Alton Hill. And then Just One Life is dedicated to Philip Sayer. And Philip Sayer was a painter. He was a painter and an artist, so he does exist. So Philip Sayer does exist, and that was recorded in Mountain Studios at the same time that Innuendo was recorded in 1991. And then you've got the last track, which is Rolling Over, which this track appeared on a tribute album, and yeah, it did, and it was obviously recorded at the Townhouse in 1988. Peter Weir also engineered it, and it was also taken from the album as well. So you can tell that this album is all recorded material from various years, but mixed in 1992 for the release of the album. Obviously, you've got the copyright there, obviously 1992, except for 1991, 1981, 411's 1991 issue recordings, and the rest of 1993. But I have to say, it's a good story attempt from them to re-record these tracks in his home, and it's really, what I think is really a landing achievement for him. And the big tour he made of it, which is even wonderful, which is cool. Disc is another import again. This is another one from Russia. You can see there it's IMS there, which is IMS I say IMS gets licenses from EMI to reproduce these CDs for the thing of it, which is cool. So it's good. And it's about the light. Brian May, really, honestly, good CD. Really recommend it. Awesome. Really, really good. Brilliant. Wait a minute. Right, next CD is going to be Live at Brixton Academy. This is the CD that is edited and it contains 2 shows. 2 shows. It's not a complete one because people get confused about, is this the complete one? It isn't the complete one. This is the version that was not complete. And the reason being is because you've got 3 tracks on here that are taken from 3 shows from another venue in 1994, and the other ones were recorded in 1993. So 7, 13 and 14, 7, 13 and 14. These 3 tracks here are from a different venue. They're from 1993. The rest of the CD is half complete. But mixing it with 2 shows on this does work so well, and I have to say, it's a rocking album, this one, and really good. It's also issued on video. The video edition is on YouTube, which is, I do recommend to get out. It's really amazing, all uncut as well. Good quality on that as well. It was also issued on LP vinyl as well in 1993, and I have to say, if there was plans to bring this out in 2 CD set, reissue this one, please, because it is just absolutely amazing. This is weird, but this has been produced on glossy paper. This one, it's really shiny paper. But I have to say, yeah, this CD, a great job of the CD, really is amazing. And it's really cool. But it's interesting that it's being printed on glossy paper, which is really unusual. But I love it. I love this album. I think this is one of his best achievements he ever made for this. This is really, really cool. If you've got this album, the vinyl edition is even better because it's a two album set, which is really cool. But that is my point of view. It's one of Brian's bloody good albums, that, and one of his best mixing jobs he ever done in that album as well. Mixing is a little bit of an issue. I don't like the mixing on it, but saying that, for purposes of the CD, it is absolutely fabulous. Get that CD. Brian May Band, Live Brixton Academy. DVD release of it. Get a DVD release of this album, please, because seriously, it is well worth getting a DVD release of it, which is even better. It'd be well worth getting a DVD release of that one, would be cool. Right, next CD. Electric Fire. Rodgers Taylor, Electric Fire. Love this album. This is the album that I have to say is his most brilliant album of the 90s ever done. Absolutely fantastic. The live video, Cyberbomb video, I've seen it on YouTube. I love it. I love the content so much. This is probably his most eclectic album ever made. Love it. Released on vinyl, released on CD, and also released on cassette as well. And also on the split disc edition as well. This album is just so brilliant. This was the album that contained the hidden track One Night Stand, but it's not on this CD, but it's only available in the Japanese CD of it. This is probably one of the favourite albums ever made. I also got the old queenflip.com website, which is no longer there now, so you can forget that idea. But I seriously love this this CD. This picture was taken by Bob Geldof, Rufus. Yes, Bob Geldof took that picture on the back sleeve of it, and he was credited on this as well, which is even cool because he's still a friend of him. But Electric Fire from Rodgers Taylor, I have to say this album beats nothing but the best from Rodgers' best career ever done. Recorded at Cosmic Mill Studios and co-produced by Joshua J. McRae, which is cool. There's a few little things about this album I will say is that this album is fucking amazing. Seriously, the mixing on this is brilliant. Kevin Metcalf's great engineer on this album as well, and Rufus Tiger by Bob Geldof. Look at that picture there. It's really important. Really guy is, and he really is. I know we're sorry to hear the loss of his daughter, but she was great. Shame with that. Well, you also realise there's a lot of guest stars in this album. You've got Trina Morris as well, which is a great singer. She's brilliant. Keith Pryor on drums. You've got Steve Barnacle, Mike Crosby, and Jason Fallon on guitar. RMT is credited by himself because he is doing vocals on that, which is even better, which is a Pressure On. Good song that is. Probably the most rockiest song ever on this is A Nation of Haircuts, which is friggin' awesome. Which the guitarist in this, by the way, Keith Airy, plays a Jackson Flyer on that guitar, and it is flippin' brilliant. Seriously, that is an awesome track. It's got percussion by Roger Meadows, but it hasn't got drums by him because Keith Pryor's doing the drums that one. But that is seriously the best song on the album. Really brilliant. Even yourself, Beatles ish track with it, and Roger plays vocals. He's got plays drums on that one. Based on Steve Barnacle, Mike Crosby, Jason Fallon does guitars on that one as well. I love that track, really good. And you've got the most popular one, Surrender, which is the original album mix of it. The remix done by Chris Thomas is also good as well, which is cool. And Trent Morris, Jonathan Perkins is on vocals as well. Roger plays drums on that one. Steve Barnacle's on that one. Keyboards by Roger Taylor, Jonathan Perkins, and Jason Fallon plays guitars on that one as well. Now we've got People on the Streets with a little bit of a thing with that one, actually, that apparently on the very beginning of the track you've got Bob Geldof on that as well, on that track, which is even interesting. So you can tell here, Roger plays everything on this track. His son's on there as well. Artie's also vocalist on some of the backing tracks on that. I do have to say, this is his most very good track list. The bass on that is brilliant. The bass is really good. Also keyboards by Jonathan Perkins and Roger Meadows, and also Jason from. I love the way he plays the bass on that track. It's really, really, really good bass on that one. And that way, I think he almost got from a John Deacon riff, but seriously fantastic. Then we've got Whisperers, which is based on a painting by Nicholas Evans. This is based on a true story of the things. I have to say, this is really one of the best songs ever on the album. It's absolutely fantastic. Also, there is backing vocals on this as well. That I think Roger does the vocals on that one, but seriously is a great one. It's based on that one. Based on that is great on that song. Really is good. But it's guitars by Matthew L. Exelby, who plays the very beginning of that track. It's just really moving to here. But it's fantastic. Clever song that. Then we've got Is It Me? A very rocky track. And you've got, again, Roger on vocals, Roger on drums, Steve Barnacle on bass, you've got Mike Crosby on keyboards and guitars by Keith Airy. And then you come on to one of the best tracks ever, where Roger plays everything on this track. Everything. This one. No More Fun. Roger's on vocals, drums, bass, keyboards, and Jason's on guitars, and Roger's on guitars as well, because Roger's on the riff. He plays the riff on the track from when Simon was with Nothing Norman on the beginning of that one. And if you don't know what the song's about, by the way, it's about rock and roll. It's a really good song, that really good song indeed. And Tonight, which was written for his wife, that one. It was written for his wife. Really sweet, that song, that actually. And then we come to one of the most nice songs that he wrote, which, if you fans are really wanting to cry and want to have a good sob, this is the song which you should listen to. We all know who that's about. We all know who that's about, that song. Now, I don't need to tell you who it's about, but if you read it very carefully, it's about him. It is. It's about somebody who we really know. And I love that song. I was crying that song so many times I literally couldn't stop crying that song. It was so bloody moving to hear it. Then you've got the Working Class Heroes song by John Lennon. His tribute to John Lennon, which is really sweet song indeed. The version is actually a bit rocky than the original, which is good. And then the last track on the album is London Town, Come On Down. And it's got the, it doesn't have the Melvin Peaks. Melvin Peaks does the special spoken voice in this one, but it doesn't have the actual print of it on, which is a bit as well. But I think that's actually a good album ending to the album. Contains the hidden track One Night Stand, and if you had the plugin, you could have downloaded that song for free off Real Audio. For some reason now that song on the CD won't work at all now, so you can forget that plugin. But I would recommend that that bonus track. You can only get it. You can still get it, but it's very difficult. Like, you may get Spotify if you can, but it's really recommended. But that album, brilliant. That cost me an arm and a leg, this album did. It cost me 17 quid for this album out of Virgin. It was bloody expensive. But this album here, I say, is really fantastic. One of Rodgers' best writing and resting on it. And this is obviously the CD that's encoded as well with a multimedia track in it, which has got One Night Stand on the track. But the only way you can get it is you can only rip the CD, but you've got to get the special plugin for it. But the plugin's included on the CD as well, which is even good. So it's Roger Taylor's Electric Fire. I have to say, it's the best eclectic album ever made, and it is just brilliant. Get it, it's cool.